And Gaza's fragile ceasefire is holding by a thread after Israel carried out dozens of deadly strikes in the territory. The guarantors of the ceasefire, and that includes US and Egypt, they are scrambling to de-escalate the situation. Hopes that a complete collapse could be avoided rose when both Hamas and Israeli military issued statements saying that they were committed to the agreement. US President Donald Trump says the ceasefire is still in effect. He also suggested that Hamas leadership was not involved in any alleged breaches and instead blamed some rebels within. Israeli army says that it has resumed enforcing the ceasefire. The strike began after IDF accused Hamas of targeting its troops. In a separate statement, it said 2 of its soldiers were killed in Rafah. Hamas has denied the accusations of a ceasefire violation, with one official accusing Israel of fabricating pretexts to resume the war. Gaza's civil defense agency said that at least 45 people had been killed in the Israeli strikes. The Israeli Prime Minister stressed in a statement that Hamas has violated the ceasefire. The Israeli side also decided to close all crossings to the Gaza Strip and halt the delivery of humanitarian aid. Media reports say aid delivery will be renewed on Monday morning. The IDF said that the incident happened on Sunday morning local time when Hamas militants came out of a tunnel in the Rafah area and launched an anti-tank missile at an IDF vehicle. In response to the incident, the IDF conducted around 100 airstrikes against Hamas targets in the Rafah area and in other parts of Gaza. Nearly 10 hours after the fighting started, the IDF announced that it has renewed adherence to the ceasefire in accordance with the directive of the political leadership. Now, media reports citing officials from Israel and the US said that Israel notified the Trump administration in advance of the strikes through the US command center that oversees the ceasefire. Trump's envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner held a call with Israeli Minister Ron Dermer and other officials to coordinate and discuss the next steps. Now, according to Axios, Washington urged Israel to respond proportionately but show restraint. On the other hand, Hamas' armed wing insisted that the group was adhering to the ceasefire agreement with Israel and had no knowledge of any clashes in Rafah. However, one witness said that Hamas had been fighting a local Palestinian gang known as Abu Shabab, but the militants were surprised by the presence of army tanks. Israel's strikes hit Al-Bureij camp in the central Gaza Strip. Now, one of the strikes hit a house claimed to be used by journalists in Al-Zweda camp.
We were sitting here, safe and sound, and as you can see, the place is closed off to us. No one enters or leaves. We are all journalists. No strangers were entering or staying with us. Then the bombing happened right next to us, in the middle of the chalet. Our colleague, the broadcasting engineer, was martyred, and our colleague's child son was also martyred.
The Israeli army, meanwhile, released another footage purportedly showing militants approaching its forces operating in Beit Lahiya in the northern Gaza Strip. They were struck after they crossed the yellow line, which marks the territory occupied by the Israeli forces.